Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Enigma. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube. I most certainly hope you are having a great day so far. Happy Thursday to you. I am doing fine myself. Trying to learn where we are. Let's see. I'm trying to learn where we were when I quit this on two chests. On Tuesday night when we were drinking a little too much. That looks like it's too many. Anyway, as we're getting started today, if you would go ahead and hit that follow button, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and Kick. Subscription on YouTube would make me very happy as well. It's free for you guys, and it really helps me grow. I am trying to get to ad revenue / monetization on Kick and YouTube. Wouldn't mind hitting the partner program with creator program with Rumble either, but I need your help with that, guys. Oh, he got fast on me. All the help it did for him. We're trying to... Okay, I've already been over here. Trying to get our levels up and get better weapons and armor. I know... I don't want to fight all three of those. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I know that there's somewhere else we can check too. I just don't the. I mean, what level are we anyway? We're level 40, so but I feel like we're not even close to being strong enough. Nah. I don't remember where we are. I mean, I know where we are, but need a better place to grind a little bit. Oh, damn it. I always... Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There we are. You see what I mean? I mean, these things are hard. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I know where we are now. I suspected this is where it was, but I couldn't remember. You shouldn't be that hard. Not dazzle. Don't dazzle me. I really don't mind this. Y'all can keep calling all the bad guys. So this is a remake, a full HD remake of the original Dragon Quest from back in the day. Oops. A lot of the set pieces, a lot of the stuff is the same. This is the wrong part. They did expand on the story and expand on the characters quite a bit. They also did expand the leveling up of your character. That'll work. Did I? I already have Edric's armor. So I got it the other night. Here I am, running around. I was like, why am I walking on this armor? Why am I walking? I forgot about it. Shows what I remember. I got the best armor in the game. But the armor lets you walk through the poison pits. Completely forgot that we did that. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I put it on sleep mode. That was weird. Okay. With the armor in hand, now that we can walk across poison. In the original game, there was something in this poison over here. Edric's coin or something like that. Oh, oh. Did not expect that. No. Yep. It was right around here too, but down it goes. It was a very special item, though. It was something you needed to prove your heritage or something like that. Brodo took that on the chin like a champ. Yep. An oaken club. Well, thank God I got the oaken club. Pardon me. one thing there. Ooh, doo 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 doo. Okay. There's something in there. Blue dragons. That green dragon was hard enough. I don't want to tempt the fates just yet. Okay. I didn't even look to see how close we are to a level. Only 2,600, so we're getting there. One of the best things about this game is also one of the worst. Because there's only one character, you only have one character to really improve. Which is all great. But the problem is that you only get one turn per battle, and so and your character is kind of a jack of all trades. Okay. Gotta go. There's another shield. But also I know that there's something over there. Remember, there's a chest over here that we didn't get because we couldn't open it. You're not putting me to sleep. Sweet breath. Good God. That's gonna kill me. Asshole. What I'm saying is that you just freaking zombie dragons. What's up with that shit? No. Make sure I'm going the wrong way. That's the way I'm going. Typical. Yeah, I've seen this game. We're not playing that game with that. At least not yet. We've got to get to a part where we can actually, survive some of these fights without it being that bad. And I don't know if it's because they are trying to make it more difficult to progress because they know the people are going to play the hell out of this game, or what. Plus, I don't think they make a lot of changes now to the localization as far as mechanics go, unless it's absolutely needed. This isn't back in the. Oh, I better make sure. Can y'all hear the sound of the game? You can't. There. See, here we are. Here we are. I'll keep taking the XP. You guys keep giving me levels up. Not fighting that now. There we go. Level up. Got all of our hit points and stuff back. There should be a chest in here that we hadn't been able to open. Like that one. Okay. I know there's a chest inside there too, and it has a very important item. So we're gonna take a stroll around here. Pardon me, and find a very important item. All right. Where are we on the map here? Yeah, don't you fizzle me. Okay. Oop, hope we open that chest. The piece of equipment that we're going to get is going to be hard for me to really let go of the one I've got, so I guess we'll see. Keep letting the levels up speak for themselves. Hi, honey. How are you feeling? Good. What do you need? A battery. Bottom drawer in the middle. Do you need me to get it? You got it? After your appointment, are you coming home or are you going... You going to Montgomery? Okay. Nice, got him down. What makes that crab handsome anyway? I don't think they're all that handsome. Nope. Oh wait, yep, it is this way. Let's see. Trying to remember the right area to go to. Sizzle. The Sizzler. Damn, that hurt. Mile of magic water. It's magic. It's water and magic, all in the same thing. This might be what I'm looking for. Yep, there it is. Best shield in the game. So we have the best armor, we have the best shield. Okay, Edric does have a helm, but we can't get it yet. And the sword is in the last dungeon of the game, like I remember. Six, 7 to level up. Down they go. We took care of that. Ugh. Far down goes Fraser. There we go. That should be a nice little egg right there. Killed 3 or 4 of those things. Yeah, that was good. Got to be careful. So in the original game, there was Edric's armor, there was Edric's shield, there was Edric's sword. There was not a helm, but there is in this game. There goes Desi. She'll be back later. He has an appointment, and then she's going on to more local office to work. She'll be home tonight. Which means I have to think about what we're doing for dinner. Yeah, I found out yesterday, like a couple days I'd been sitting here scratching my nose, going, why is my nose so dry? And I didn't quite understand what was going on. And then yesterday evening I was in the restroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, my nose is peeling. So I must have been out in the sun for too long at some point. Okay. Okay. Give me experience points. Oop, no. Don't you do that to me. Oh, yeah, stop it. There's one down. Good. You just gotta try to get our levels up. That's all there is to it. The reason why we're struggling the way we are against some of these guys is because we're just not high enough in level. This is the way this game works, from what I've gathered, is the first game, the very first game, which is this is the HD remake of, was a nose-loaded difficulty kind of game. It was very difficult to get into. It was very hard to get started. You had little money, and you had to grind a lot to get money to buy weapons and armor. In this game, it was the exact opposite. It started out very easy, and as the game has progressed, it's gotten much more difficult. Exact opposite of the original release of the game. So I want to thank everyone who hung around with me to play Final Fantasy X. Tomorrow will be 10-2. We're going to start that. I will be using a guide for that, just simply because, and we'll go over it when I start playing it. It is not linear at all. It's very non-linear to the point where if you don't follow a roadmap, basically, you are going to lock yourself out of a lot of the content. So, we'll see what we have to do. Meet you. Where Dragon Quest is the son of a bitch. Guys, Twitch. I know we need a Staff of Rain, but we're leveling up. Forget all sorts of stuff. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay. Alright, one's down. Down. How close are we now? 21. This will be interesting. 4 of them. Crack! Hey, Alucard. Good to see you, buddy. How's your Thursday going, my friend? Hopefully not too crazy. Go nuts. There's 2 down. Wait, well, it's just another what, remaster, right? They're not remaking it. It's just a remaster. Rockstar trying to make up for some of the loss they're not going to get this year by not releasing Grand Theft Auto. They'll make something off of it. Not a lot, but they'll make something off of it. There's no way it's a huge there's no way it's a full remake. We would have heard about it if it was a full remake. Long before now. Yeah, sounds about right. That's how a lot of stuff is leaked. When it gets rated, you know, when they submit it for rating in Europe or something. Stop casting spells! And breathing fire! And what is Kojima making with Disney? Is it a movie or a game? A Death Stranding show? Man, that's kind of weird. Death Stranding doesn't sound like a Disney kind of show, but they're folding Hulu, so I guess they gotta do something. He must really like Death Stranding. It makes me laugh that he nearly pulled a hamstring every time he would release a Metal Gear game, that he didn't want to do another Metal Gear game, and now he's doing Death Stranding, and he's like, I'm doing Death Stranding. Did you hear? Death Stranding. Death Stranding. One thing they should do is that once you get Edric's, like his shield, I have his shield, that should be on his thing there. See how the sword changes, but his shield doesn't. And it should. Oh, 17,000. And the thing is, I don't think Death Stranding is really all that great. I played the first one and I thought it was boring as hell, and they announced the sequel and I was like, I didn't like the first one. Why would I buy the second one? And I realized this is the opinion of a fat old man, but I didn't like it. Looked great, but that's pretty much all there is to it. Glorified walking simulator. That's all it is. We're getting there as far as that goes. See, now we're down to 16, so we're getting there. I'm guessing it's on PC. I think I own that on the Xbox Series X. I got it when it came out. I had a Series X for PC. I thought so. It's actually an okay game, but it got kind of nonsensical at the end because they just made everything so damn difficult, from what I remember. Still, not a bad game. Pardon me. I haven't played it, so I haven't downloaded. I haven't loaded, but I haven't played it yet. Must be giving it away on their own store. It's not on Steam. It's still up there in price. $15,000. We'll get there. So I looked more at this Steam Deck thing, and I still think of what I said on Twitter yesterday is exactly correct. Everyone who's thumping their chest about the damn thing is a PC gamer as it is. I haven't seen one person who's a console person coming out and going, "Oh, I can't wait to get this." Yeah, Steam Machine. It's it's not something right now that's appealing to anyone that doesn't already primarily use Steam as their gaming outlet. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to fight two of those. For that reason. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing is that most of the people that are standing up for it are already have a gaming rig that they game on. What's the point of having a Steam machine? There's really not one right now. I know why they're doing it. They sense blood in the water from Microsoft that looking like they're going to leave. And if Steam believes if they can get a affordable console out there that people can purchase in place of an Xbox, that they'll it'll be good for them, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But you have no physical copies. You don't really have. You have no track record as far as well, you have very little track record. It's what you're going to do exclusively for the console. Why you have to show people why they would want it, and so far just saying, "Look, we have a Steam machine," is not a thing. It's not. If you watch, that's why when they do a console reveal, at least the good ones, they spend it an hour and they'll show you the unit and what it can do, and then they'll spend the next 50 minutes showing you games. That's and capabilities and features. Not just, look guys, we have a Steam Deck or a Steam machine. Look at this. Look how it's a little black box, and everyone in the world and their grandmother's gonna want one. And you're just like, well, why? And they have shown nothing. Nope, I accidentally went ultra fast. Eh. I read that. Kind of late, but it's good he's getting one. Of course, no one knew he was sick till he died. It was really weird. Do 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 do. Have to go heal. Down at 10,000. Is he getting his... Oh, I shouldn't even say that. Boy. Sorry. The evil part of me almost came out there. Let's see what happens here. Those dragon zombies, pain in the ass, what they are. Guess I could always do that, couldn't I? Of course, there's only have 87 hit point or magic points left, but we'll get it out of here. Well, see, I don't know who's saying that, Alucard, but I could tell you this. If I were Sony, right now, I would look at the Steam machine and go, fine, if that's what they want to do, let's let them do that. Let's take the PlayStation 6 and make it 100% backwards compatible with everything we've ever produced as far as home consoles go. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 games, all playable on it. Optical drive and everything. They would destroy the Steam machine at that point. Well, maybe destroy. The Steam machine is not a console fan's dream. It really isn't right now. It's got some good. I'm not telling you that it's not going to be powerful or good or anything like that. I'm sure it will be. Valve is known for making things that are really well made. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that in order to get someone to want to purchase something like that, you're going to have to show something with it that is going to trip their trigger. And a lot of people that are into consoles are not into the PC market. They haven't been. I have a Steam Deck right down there, and I never use it. Never. Because everything I would get on it, I already own on console. Well, if they make it comparable to what is available right now on the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, they should be okay. But if they're going to do Nintendo with the Wii and just release a souped-up last-generation piece of hardware, I don't know if that's going to do any good for them. They have to show console players why they would want that Steam machine, and the fact that there's no physical is going to be a shot against it right out of the gate. Not having, I'm going to say exclusive content. They do have exclusive content, but not having AAA exclusive content the way that Sony and Nintendo do is going to hurt them. See, I've tried to emulate on my Steam Deck, and I've tried it, and it's because I want to play arcade games on it. I have a whole bunch of arcade games, but I can't get it to work properly, and I followed instructions and all that. It just pain in the ass. Nice console, don't get me wrong. It wouldn't. If someone came and said we have to take this from you, or if I had the opportunity to return it and get all my money back for it, I would do it. Put it like that, because I'd never use it. Again, I'm not saying that the PC people are wrong. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that the console market and the PC market, getting MAME on it's hard, which is what I want to do. The console market and the PC market, while both being gaming, for gamers, truth of the matter is, they're still two different types of customers. I live outside of Chicago. Okay, we have two baseball teams here in Chicago. We have the Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox. Just because both fan bases like baseball does not make them the same as far as expectations and stuff go. Netflix, are they doing a show based off of it? Oh, because Netflix does have gaming. Yeah, no one ever uses it that I know of. Anyway, Cubs and White Sox, completely different fan bases. Yes, they're both baseball teams. Yes, they both want to win. But if you go to a Cubs game and you go to a White Sox game, it's completely different atmosphere, completely different clientele, completely different everything. The White Sox are more of a blue-collar kind of fan base. Very serious about baseball, wanting to win, wanting to do things the right way. And the Cubs fans, a lot of them are there for the party. They're not. They want the Cubs to win, but they're there to see all the hot girls and that show up at Cubs games, drink beer and dance and fumble around. They're completely different fan bases. That's exactly the way I would look at PC versus console gaming. Is that they both want games, but one side is more about protecting their rights as a physical copy holder. One side is more about exclusivity. and the other side is not. They're about open. Yeah, they've been going games, though. Netflix has had games, but does anyone actually play games on Netflix? And I'm sorry, Red Dead Redemption, not exactly the latest game off of the assembly line. Netflix is going to be in for some. This is the thing about Netflix. They were so. I remember when they first came out. I was working at Sam Goody, and they had these flyers. I'm just going to pick this up right. It was a flyer, and what it was is that people would come to you, and it was red, and it was like a movie ticket, and your job at Sam Goody, outside of helping people and all that, was to sell them Netflix. And Netflix was a mail order service at the time, which was you would go onto their website and you would go through all the movies that they had. You would pick out the ones you wanted, and one at a time they would send them to you. There were no late fees. There was none of that. You would just get an envelope. You'd watch the movie, put the movie back in the envelope when you were done, send it back. They'd send you the next game on the list. And you paid a monthly fee for that. It was $7.99 or whatever it was. Don't even remember, $5. And I remember looking at that and going, "That is stupid." And the guy I worked for at Sam Goody was like, "Well, we have to sell it." And I said, "Okay, cool. We have to sell it, and we will sell it. It's still stupid." And he was like, "Well, why is it stupid?" I said, "Because when I want to watch a movie, I want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a movie in 3 to 5 days, because that's because of the mailing it. It's like I want to go up to Blockbuster and rent it. If I want to watch Big Trouble in Little China, I'm going to go up to Blockbuster and rent it and watch it tonight. I'm not going to go, I want to watch Big Trouble in Little China. Let me get it off of Netflix, and then hopefully I'll get it in time for the weekend." So I thought it was stupid. Then they did the online streaming stuff, and then I was like, okay, now I see it. But Netflix was at the time a company that owned nothing. They were a company that basically had marketing partners that would provide them with content, and they would stream that and pay their content providers based off of streaming hours or streaming minutes, whatever the thing for it is. So, if you had The Godfather, you put The Godfather on Netflix, and every time somebody watched it, you would get paid for that. Because it was, people are on Netflix so they can watch The Godfather. And basically kind of what happened is exactly what I thought would happen, which is a lot of these movie companies and entertainment companies were looking at Netflix and going, "Well, why don't we do that? We don't have to pay, just wait for Netflix to come knocking to stream stuff. Why don't we have our own streaming service? And then we can put all of our shit on there, and then we get to keep all of the profits and not have to share them with a third party." That's exactly what happened. So Netflix, Amazon, Peacock, Disney Plus, Hulu, which is now being folded into Disney Plus, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, all these different streaming services were popping up. and what turned into being a really good, I you know, for you know for $10 you get to watch all this different stuff. It became more. You ordered Metroid. Best Buy and their goofiness. But I knew that would happen with Netflix, and it's exactly what happened. The thing is Netflix has been smart enough to make their own stuff now. Because at the time when I said that, Netflix owned nothing. And now they do own stuff, and now they do make their own content, and they do have exclusivity on things. So we're smart enough to do that. Metroid Prime 4 is coming. Is it coming this next month like they're saying? Damn sure is. The fact they're releasing it in December is weird to me. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, I came up in gaming when you didn't release anything in December because of problems. When my first year with GameStop, I talked about it before. GameStop would do the same day pickups. Well, one of the big games that everybody was looking for to come out before Christmas was a game called NFL Street 2. It was like street football, but with NFL players. Very popular game on the Xbox and PlayStation and GameCube, I believe. It was on the GameCube. Very popular. The first one was very popular. So the second one we took a lot of pre-orders on. It was a really big deal to get it. Where are we? Miscellaneous 30,000. So it was a very big deal that was going to come out. But they were putting it out a week before Christmas. So we had all these people that had come in and pre-ordered this game because they wanted to make sure they had it for their kids for Christmas. Well, the local Electronic Arts, the closest Electronic Arts warehouse to the Chicagoland area at the time was in Indianapolis, which is about 6 hours drive from where I'm currently sitting. Anyone who's ever been to Indiana knows Indiana thinks they are Mississippi as far as weather goes. So Indiana doesn't have any salt trucks or snow plows. They have none of that. And it just so happened that the son of a bitch. Okay, I'm running. That right as the game was coming out, a huge ice storm had hit Indianapolis, and that we couldn't get in and nothing could get out because Indiana doesn't have any salter trucks or snowplows. So Indianapolis was under ice. We couldn't get the game, and it was another day or so before we could get it. And these parents were pissed, and don't get me wrong, I don't blame them for being pissed. They were pissed, but it was like, look, it's nothing we can do. It's Mother Nature. We actually did end up getting it in time for Christmas, but holy shit, did these I worked outside of Naperville at that point, which is one of the yuppiest places in the entire world. But it's that was a nutsoid time period when that happened, and that's why you don't see a lot of games come out in December and why when you see like Metroid, a big franchise like Metroid coming out in December the 4th, it makes me go, why are they releasing it in December? Why? Unless it could be because we're desperate to move Switch 2 units, which is a possibility. But traditionally, game companies want their product on the shelves on Black Friday. Everything used to be about Black Friday. That's what they wanted, was Black Friday. Let's do an experiment. Yeah. Cyber Monday. But Black Friday was a day they all shot for. They wanted their stuff to be available on Black Friday. They wanted to be you to be able to walk into Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, wherever, and pick up all your stuff at one spot. And they wanted their game on the shelf, so it was there. That's why you'd see people fighting for the early November releases. You'd see, Gears of War and Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed. They all would announce as early as they can, so they could have that week to themselves, because they knew they had to get it on the shelf before Black Friday. You just didn't see a lot of games sneak out in December, just because at that point you don't know if it's a Christmas time thing or not. I'll tell you another good one. Another good one. It happened that same time period. Was Ninja Gaiden, the Xbox Ninja Gaiden, the Xbox exclusive at the time. Ninja Gaiden, however. They were supposed to release December the 5th, I think it was. 6th, 5th, 6th, something like that. And we had a whole ton of pre-orders on it. They had a demo that was available that we had on our demo unit. And it was fun, and people wanted to play it. So we had a whole ton of pre-orders on it with the date of December the 5th on it. I'm pretty sure it was the 5th, but 5th or 6th, whatever. At like 11 p.m. that morning before, or that day before, at 11 p.m. that night before, they delayed it until March. So here we are saying, "Oh yeah, it's going to be out," and they delayed it, 4 months. So we got a lot, we got a lot of trouble for that. Back in the day. But that's the kind of shit that I used to have to deal with. the looks of this one. What's up there? A sanctum. Be gone. As back in the day, that shit happened. Now we can walk through poison. I keep taking the XP. Nothing there. But anyway, that's why I look at a lot of these game releases, and I question their thought process in the release schedule. So what I'm looking at Metroid Prime 4 coming out in December the 4th, it just makes me go, why December the 4th? It doesn't make any sense to do it December the 4th, but it could be the kind of thing that Nintendo is looking at. The Switch 2, they want to put it in people's houses, obviously. Very big deal for them to do that, but the sad part about it is that they're having, they don't have a lot of games out there for the Switch 2. That's the whole thing, and they're trying to get as much out there as they can, and they know what's going to put the Switch 2 in the hands of more people is Nintendo-made products. That is probably a much bigger deal than you think. There's another thing up there. Much bigger deal than you're probably thinking that it is. Well, I thought I saw something up here. I guess I didn't. Wouldn't be the first time. Just out of curiosity. I'm already down to 24.5. We've now gotten to the point of the game where part of the game where grinding for money isn't really what we need now. It's grinding for experience. And getting those bits right there, like we just probably got 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 experience points. That's going to be a really big deal. We're down to 22, so we're doing all right. I know the boss in the area of rain. He whipped us pretty good, so. And that takes us down to about 21, right? Yeah, 21 and a half. We're doing it. We're going to get it.
Not today.
Got you. What demands did she make? Because she had him over a barrel, as far as I know. They gave her no security. What demands did she make? Because it's a dickhead thing to do for them to sit there and go, if you don't show up and do a meet and greet to TwitchCon, we're gonna take your channel away from you. Which is apparently what they did to that poor girl. I wonder what those blue dragons are worth as far as experience goes. Now I'm curious. Oh, there's a chest up here. What do you got in there? Sage's elixir. Okay. I mean, hell, whatever. And there might be... Is there anything down here? There is. I could use 100K. I could afford health insurance then. Actually, if someone gave me 100K, I'd pay my student loan off, and then I would get another year of health insurance. Hi, Zuzi. I got you. No, they're not hitting me. My favorite is when they're not hitting me at all. Yeah, money would really solve a lot of my issues right now. All right. We're going to see what's going to happen here. That was 61 it hit me for. And I missed. Okay, the blue dragon doesn't look as strong as the green dragon. Yeah, we got it. Over 1,000. Nice. She said she would drag it out. They can. How that guy still has his job at Twitch, I don't know. Twitch needs an enema. Twitch needs... There are so many problems at Twitch right now that it's horrible. It's just they need a change in leadership. They need a change in culture. The whole company needs a huge change, because right now their reputation's in the shitter, and that's where it belongs. Well, next time, Imaru, if you wouldn't mind asking for some money for your pal Enigma over here, that would be nice. Let's try this and see what happens. Okay. So the blue dragon isn't as powerful as the green one that we fought earlier. But that's 1,600, 1,700. This is a good place for experience. But I really don't blame her. She got SA'd, and anytime that something like that happens, and the company who you're there with, their reaction is, well, it's not our fault. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they'd have to pay. because they would lose. And they know they would lose. They know flat out if she takes them to court, if she took them to court about that whole thing, they were going to lose. She was in a no-win situation. None. Gravy. That should be a nice 1,000 or 816, not as much as I wanted, but still, we're getting there. It does seem that way, doesn't it? That they got off kind of light. Because she would have gotten everything she wanted out of him. Look at Twitch. No one looks at Twitch the same way now anyway, because it just... They had a veteran ask Dan Clancy a question about how they could allow people on the platform to talk ill of veterans, and veterans are supposed to be a protected class on Twitch. And Clancy's answer was, well, don't have to watch them. It's like, dude, they're going against your terms of service. Yeah, it's your terms of service that they're breaking, and enforce your TOS. Even-handedly. That's all it takes. No matter who they are. I mean, why would you have a TOS and then not enforce it? I don't get it. You have your rules. You have them clearly defined, and if you are one of their favorites, you can get away with all sorts of shit that's against their TOS, and then they won't do anything to you. But God forbid Enigma says something, If I'd have done a quarter of if I'd have done one of the things that those other streamers do, would have gotten rid of me. I would be done. Holy shit. Okay, alright. Let's heal. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. But that's the kind of company Twitch has turned into. Oh, they're once. I am by no means under any sort of delusions. They'll call him up on Capitol Hill, and they'll ask him about certain streamers and what they get away with, and he'll give a corporate answer that won't answer anyone's questions or anything like that. He'll give we welcome all sorts of diverse communities and belief systems and all that stuff. Won't answer a damn thing, and then nothing will happen, basically. Even though they have their most popular streamer, their poster boy is as anti American as you can be. And they will go to the grave defending that son of a bitch. Because he has the right politics. He'll have the right politics, and he will they will go to bat for him throughout all of it. And then when it's all said and done, they'll act like that it's not that big of a deal, even though he breaks TOS all the time. He pushes the boundaries, and but Twitch is known for that. It's like the other day I was talking about that girl who got railed on stream. She was live on stream and she's getting railed. Twitch bans her for like 48 hours, and she comes back and she's got like 20,000 subs. They banned her for 48 hours. And she had sex live on stream. Twitch wants that money, that e-girl money so bad they can't stand it. That's... If they had their way, they would, without a shadow of a doubt, take Twitch and just go, you know what? We're going to allow all forms of nudity and adult entertainment. And then they'd hide behind it and say, well, you have to be 18 or older and all that good stuff. And but it's so easy for kids to get onto Twitch and find that shit. Yeah, I'm not kidding, Alucard. She had sex. You didn't see it happen, but behind her was a window, and you could see the reflection of him totally railing her. And what did Twitch do? Nothing. They banned her for 48 hours, and then when she came back, she was welcomed by, people subbing to her channel, and she became a lot more popular because she totally got railed live on stream and got away with it. As long as she's making money. Now, if the roles were reversed, okay. If it if it were, I would never do this. But if it were me and Desi, oh, you'd never hear from my ass again. I'd be gone. The Twitch Gestapo would come out after me. Because I'm a guy, and I'm not protecting class on Twitch. Exactly. That's what I said on Twitter about Twitch, about their TOS. It's like, you want e-girl money. Sure, we get it. You want to go and you want your OF. Make your own website, make your own portal for it. But make it to where kids cannot get onto that website at all. Like it right now, it is way too easy for you to go on Twitch, a kid to go on Twitch and go, I want to watch some Roblox videos, and find anything but Roblox videos. Watching an e-girl ride a inflatable donut in a hot tub, that kind of stuff. And again, I have no problem with that content existing. There's people who want it. There's adults who want it. It's out there. For adults can have it. But my nieces are grown, are almost, well, one of them is an adult. The other one's about to be an adult. I have a serious problem with with allowing that kind of content to exist when an 8-year-old kid who just wants to watch some Pokemon can find that kind of stuff at the drop of a hat, the same way he's looking for or he or she's looking for Pokemon. It's wrong. Exactly. Keep the kids out of it, but here we are. Yeah, that's in 2025 saying leave kids alone, let kids be kids is bad. It's horrible. How could you say that? We have to get to them young. So stupid. But I don't want to see kids watching that stuff. And quite honestly, I don't care to watch that stuff. But the option is there. I'm a frickin' adult. If I want to watch it, it's my own damn business. Now, Twitch has very few protections for children. Yeah. Don't mess with kids. Let kids be kids. This is the thing about kids. This is the thing about kids that no one seems to remember or get. First of all, kids are smart. Kids figure things out for themselves. But the reason why we don't allow kids to get tattoos is because they would get stupid things tattooed on them when they're kids. When they're an adult, they get tattoos of whatever the hell they want. But were they going to get a binky tattooed on them, you know, something like that, and then all of a sudden they come to find out, oh God, I wish I wouldn't have gotten that. Kids figure things out. Let kids be kids. Let kids grow up wanting to, you know, idolize Batman and you know, play with Barbie dolls or whatever. That's what we need. Well, yeah, true. But the thing is, though, is that this is the thing is that adults, there are a lot of adults out there, and believe me, I'm sitting here playing a game, a remake of a game from damn near 40 years ago. Uh, we all want nostalgia. We all want to feel young. We all want that. But there are people out there who feel like the only way they can be justified with what they enjoy is for kids to be into it. And it's just like it's not that way. It's just not. Leave kids alone. Let kids be kids. Let them figure things out as they always do, and then when they get old enough, they'll make when they get to be adults, they'll make decisions that they think are best for themselves. Trying to get kids involved with e-girls and everything else, you know, before they can, it's illegal for them to drive. Is bullshit. I'm sorry, and you won't see me defending it because it's not right. Yeah, some adults do live for their kids, and there are also adults out there who want to be their kid's best friend instead of being their parent, and that's why you see a lot of kids grow up with this sense of entitlement as well, where they feel like because their parents raised them to believe everything that they do and say is truthful and honest and great and amazing and perfect, that's how they feel as an adult, when in reality kids need to learn that it's okay to be wrong, you know? Kids have to learn. You learn more from being wrong than you do from being right. I'm just saying that throughout our lives, we are going to be wrong far more times than we're going to be right. I will sit here all day long and celebrate my times I have gotten things right in gaming when it comes to predictions and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, there are just as many times I was wrong as there were that I was right. And failure is indeed the greatest teacher. And if you take that away from kids and they don't know how to fail, they don't know how to lose, and they don't know how to take failure, they don't know how to take a loss, it's going to hurt them the older that they get. Damn, 505 hit points now. This is 28,500. But I am not one about these kids. Did we gain? I need to look at something here. 335 hit points. $337. Okay, so we actually have HP coming back as we walk. Cool. but kids get let kids be kids. Protect kids from sexual stuff and all that. I learned about the difference between men and women watching Wonder Woman before when I was, in syndication when I was like 10 years old. And I saw Linda Carter on screen and I was like, "Holy shit." I learned myself about that. I didn't, I didn't have to go on to I didn't, of course we didn't have any websites for during that time period, but it's just that you learn yourself. You see things yourself. You find out for yourself what you like and what you don't like. And what you're into and what you're not into. You'll learn. Everybody learns. But I don't want kids going on to Twitch and seeing, Amaranth floating around in her hot tub on a inflatable hot dog. Just don't. Now you got an 18-year-old kid that wants to do it, and he's feeling a little spry, and maybe he's not as socially okay to go and do that himself. Not my choice, but that's his right to do it. But wait till he's 18. Let those kids learn and find out for their own. Well, they got Wolverine. The worst thing they can do is assume that people are looking for The Last of Us Part 3. Because they're not. In fact, if I were in charge of Sony, I would tell Neil Druckmann to get his ass back into developing another Uncharted game. Something that people are going to like. Instead of that stupid intergalactic thing they're working on with the space lesbian. But that's just the opinion of a fat old man, too, so... Hey. Hey. The channel mascot is apparently seeing something. Hey. I mean, what else does Sony have underneath their purview that they could release that would be... Whiskey? It's enough. Lay down. I wonder who's going to play Ganon. Whiskey. Whiskey, I'm going to come close that window. I am. I'm going to close that window. Now he's laid down, which tells me he's like, okay, fine, I'm done. Fine, Dad, I'm done. Define reasonable price. Consoles will stick around until... It's all these PC people. All these folks that are like... Go to the mat for the PC stuff are obsessed with killing consoles. I've never seen anything like it. They ab... One second here, guys. Alright, I'm back. Good, good. Yeah, power went out. Very weird. Just blinked. Whoop! And, well, when the power goes out, everything goes out. Let me get my sources back here. Yeah, let me pick this up. Well, anyway, what would the big gun be, Alucard? I know, I was in the middle of ranting, and the whole thing, I was like, what the hell just happened? Shit. Oh wow, this is... Social Stream Ninja is being weird. Ooh, scheisse. I'm just curious as to what this big thing is that Sony is talking about. Give me a second while I try to... Oh, what was that? There. They do suck. Power outages suck. And now I've got to fix Social Stream Ninja because it's kind of... It's wrong. So it seems like I'm blinking out here for a second. It's not because of anything like that. It's just that I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, kill that one. Ow. Yeah, especially when I'm in the middle of a live stream. Exactly correct. See, and now it kicked me out of... Okay, alright, I know what to do here. Delete. 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 This source should still be the same. No, delete. Okay. Sadly, the way that... Yep, that's how you fix it. Okay, there we are. Think I got everything fixed. Good lord. Sorry about that, guys. It's just, things happen, and things happen. There we are. Alright, back to it. Yeah, I had a power outage, guys. That's all that was. It just blinked for a second. And I was like, what the hell just happened? And the funny thing is about when you have a power outage like that, because I'm on the Switch too. I got it fixed. The console doesn't turn off because it's got the internal battery in it. So I could still hear in my headphones the game, but the TV went off, and then this is all laptops here, and they're all working. I'm going, what the hell just happened? I missed? I think I lowered the speed a little bit. Yeah, went to normal. Here we go. Now we got it. Come on. I mean, come on. There we go. They do. I don't have one. The power just went right back on. So, I mean, it was only a blink. It just went, and then it came right back on. So, even this came back on. 14,000. We're just trying to get our level to a point where we're able to... Ooh. Survive. Oh, those are my eyes. True. Luckily, like I said, it came back on, so... how many magic? Yeah, we're almost out. Let's, recover. I gotta think about what we're gonna do for dinner tonight. I have nothing laid out. Probably head up to the store and get some pork chops. Well, I definitely work from home. This is my job. This is my job. And I really want to be successful at it. I'm trying, guys. Ooh, okay. Spells. Pork chops and applesauce. I don't know. I'm debating. Absolutely debating. I have time to think about it. Ooh, shit. No! That was dumb. Completely dumb. Luckily, that doesn't cost us any magic points. censorship. Yeah, the new Prime Minister of Japan is like she is big time free speech and big time protecting her culture. She's awesome. I mean, she's a politician, so. But I am all about protecting culture and free speech like that. It is a lot of woke trash. I'm definitely one to protect from that BS. That was itching. Very big, yeah. The worst thing you can do as a Japanese company is allow Western sensibilities to come in and try to alter the way you create your art and create things, because there's a reason people enjoy Japanese anime, and it has nothing to do with Western sensibilities. Chasing a mythical audience that doesn't exist, or an audience that doesn't pay for your shit. That's the other thing too, is that if you're making something big, you're making a game or an anime or something, and you let the Western folks come in and tell you what the Western people want, which they don't know. Who know? We all know what we want, and there's a reason why anime is big. There's a reason why manga is outselling comic books, and there's a reason why a lot of Western RPGs and JRPGs and Japanese games are doing better right now, and Korean as well, is because of they're not Western. That's what it is. Last thing you want to do is let a fox into the henhouse, because people who have these woke sensibilities, I hate using that word, but it's what it is. uh, really have no idea. They can't see anything without there being a self-insert. That's the thing, is that a lot of it is a self-insert. It comes from a place of narcissism, that they can't stand to see something without their representation in it somewhere. That they have to have this, that, or the other. You know, it's got to have something like this. It's got to have something like that, and it doesn't. And good for Square, because Square's been in the news for a couple of weird reasons. It was like a year or two ago. They were the ones that were dealing with the woke stuff. They were accepting it. They were actually buying into it, supposedly. Good. But that's the kind of shit they'll put out there to try to make you look like try to make it look like this is what everybody wants, and in reality, I mean, again, whenever you say everybody or nobody, is completely wrong. I'm just so surprised. I thought they had sold off all their Western development houses when they did it years ago, because of Forspoken, which lost a couple $100 million, and Avengers, which lost a couple $100 million. Ah. But apparently that's not how... I mean, they were buying into it then, and then those games didn't sell. They were DOA. I mean, Forspoken, I own a copy of Forspoken. I've played it. It's not horrible, but it's not good either. It's kind of very meh, especially for what they were charging for it. You know, I were Square Enix, Capcom, Konami, hell, Sony, Sega, Atlas. Keep your shit out. Keep your goofy shit out there. We don't need it here. But they can't stand it if they can't see themselves in it in some way or another. Because there has to be... I have to see myself. Even though you don't. Okay, got one down. Blinded by Sam. Blinded by science! good. That was a good heal. This should do it. But it's like I said many times, it's why you do not at all give in to activists. I've heard Metaphor is pretty good. I haven't played it myself. I'm going to have to be careful with what I buy over the next a little bit until I start hopefully becoming more successful at what I'm doing. So I've never bought Metaphor, but I've heard good things about it. I'll level up next time. Hey, I love a good long game like that. Same with this. I don't mind the grind. We gotta get better. Gotta get stronger. I seem to miss that guy a lot. Yes, 44. Only 1 HP. 6 on strength, though. Of course, I want to see. I mean, I know they're working on the Persona 4 remake. I want to see Persona 6. That's what I want. Persona 6. Yeah, remake Persona 1 and 2. That would be great. Those would be real long remakes, though. They would have to do a lot because the calendar system in 3, 4, and 5 didn't exist in the first two. Yeah. Well, that's not surprising. They always do that. $2,000. That's yeah. But how are they going to fix? I mean, we have to think about how it would be profitable for them, though. And they're going to have to, if they're going to do that, that's fine. But it's going to be a long remake. Yeah, exactly. And 4 and Golden, and 3 and FES. You know, they've done many. They do that a lot with Persona. So they're gonna do when they do Persona 6, they're gonna bring it out. They'll be Persona 6 out, and then we'll have Persona 6, and then in a year or two later, they'll do Persona 6, Rainbow or whatever they're gonna call it, and it'll include a new character or two, a third semester, new bosses, new ending, that kind of stuff. Exactly. Of course, Street Fighter did it kind of weird. I mean, I can remember the joke for a long time was is that Capcom couldn't count to 3. I do fully remember that joke. Yeah, that's true too. Well, it makes me wonder what they've been doing this whole time. You know, I realize that they have Steam and all that, and they're making money hand over fist because of that. But as far as development on games go, they've not done anything. Was Portal 2 the last game they released, or was it Half-Life Alyx? I don't remember. Good. That's all fine and good, but you have to have software for it. And you're going to need to do something to show people to buy it. That's the thing. Again, here we are, the PC people coming in and trying to tell you what you want. In reality, they don't know what console gamers want. I guess Desi and I'm thinking now, Desi and I are going to have to go this weekend and get stuff for our trip. Week of Thanksgiving, we're going to be gone for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, come back on Friday. We're getting there. Of course, we need to go back to the Shrine of Rain and see if we can beat that boss up there. Oh, good. Crit is what I needed there. Supposed to be in Chicago, right? Not mistaken, I think there's a Lucas Arts, a Lucas Film, or George Lucas Museum going in local to where I live. Of course, I don't care anymore. I used to. That was a long time ago, though. That was in LA? I wonder what they're putting in Chicago then. I thought they were putting one here in Chicago. Which I always thought was weird, because I think Lucas lives around here now, but he's from California. Oh, my light. I forgot my light. Hold on, hold on, hold on. My light's not on. Here I am. There we are. Plus, I found my light has a better setting on it, so... At first, I was kind of upset with the light, but now that I know it's got a brighter setting, I'm fine with it. Nice. Now we're down below 20. I told you before, Alucard, I really, when he sold, I was actually excited. I was excited because it was like, finally we're going to get new Star Wars. He was doing nothing with Star Wars at all. He was sitting on it. Nothing was happening. You know, we get a book, we get books and video games, but we weren't getting anything out of him as far as new movies or anything went. And so when he announced that he had sold to Disney, I was actually excited. Like, oh, finally we're going to get some new Star Wars. Finally we're going to get the people who were directly inspired to get into film by George Lucas. We can now see their take on Star Wars. I was very excited for that. And sadly, what we got was what we got. And it's hard to stay excited about that stuff. And it's why I'm not excited anymore. I'm just not. I'm not excited about anything. I know there's a new Mandalorian movie coming out. I couldn't give two shits about that. Exactly. We didn't know what was going to happen. I was even in favor. I was like, oh, Kathleen Kennedy. She's been with Spielberg and Lucas for a long time. This is good. We're gonna have some quality stuff. Nope. Not at all. You're right. It is about to be lunchtime. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see, how close are we? 15,000 to our next level. We'll get that. And then we'll try the rain temple again. It's my plan. So I'm going to go ahead and away for lunch. Give me about an hour, and I will be back. We'll pick up right here where we're leaving off with Dragon Quest 1. I am going, yeah, so give me about an hour, so eat, use the facilities, etc., etc. If you've not done so yet, guys, please feel free to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and Rumble. A subscription on YouTube would be great too, as I'd like to be I'd like to get monetized on all platforms. Last time I checked, I was 3 followers away from that on Kick, and still like 198 subs away on YouTube from it. So whatever you guys can do to help me, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. I tell you, it's gonna be good. It'll be good. I just want to be successful. I gotta get successful. So whatever you guys can do to help me with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my Fourth Wall store, and also go to glitchenergy.com. Use my code Enigma to get a discount. That's if you want to help support the channel directly. Of course, also subs on Twitch. I am monetized there. They help. And on Rumble as well. I'm monetized on Rumble as well. So whatever you guys can do to help me with that, I'd appreciate it. So don't go far. Give me about an hour, and I'll be back. Hang around for the cool music, and I'll be back soon.
Bye.